Welcome back to the Talk Tonight. The Federal Aviation Administration has now given the Air National Guard base approval to fly Reaper drones between Fort Drum and Syracuse. The drones will be flown in training missions over Onondaga, Oswego, and Madison counties. They will not be armed, nor will they be used for surveillance. The Guard's 174th Attack Wing operates unmanned aircraft to support military operations in Afghanistan. Laura Hand was at the announcement today and joins us now to talk a little bit more about this. And we have talked about drones for quite some time now. This is certainly not the first that we've heard of them. But today, a big announcement. And what did we learn?
Well, basically, they're coming 20 nautical miles south in the fly zone. So they'll be flying basically where the F-16s used to fly, which includes over the city of Syracuse, over populated areas, all the way to Camillus, all the way east to Fayetteville, over part of Madison County, which they have not been using before.
Do we know, is this something we can hear, we can see? Is it something that we'll see from the ground?
No. They say for most people, you'll never even know they're there. They will be flying at 18,000 feet, which is pretty high. The machines are fairly quiet, so it's not like the F-16s where you heard them coming and heard them going. Mm-hmm. For most people, you'll never know they're there. And of course, that's one of the problems for some people who are concerned about surveillance issues.
Yeah, that's been a concern for many people. You know, we even know that some news organizations use drones now. Police agencies are starting to use drones. That's not exactly what this is all about, though.
They guarantee that these will not be used for law enforcement. Although they may be used for surveillance in case of a disaster, a flood or whatever. The governor could say, National Guard, I'm mobilizing you, survey this land for us. But they told us that both DOD rules, Department of Defense rules, and other laws say they cannot be used for surveillance of private individuals, U.S. citizens or New York citizens, and that when they do the training that simulates following people like that, they will bring in contract actors, essentially, and cars, and set them up and follow the dummy people for surveillance.
There are some that don't believe any of this. We heard a gentleman in your piece earlier who said the government lies, the military lies, everyone's lying to us. And there was actually a pretty strong presence, this group from the Syracuse Peace Council, but they call themselves something else, that really is opposing this.
Yes, and part of the reason is not so much for this, the training, and that's what we're talking about here in central New York. It's what happens after that, after the people are trained. The concern is that the way our military is going, using more unpiloted aircraft, and what is happening to our credibility overseas also by doing this. A lot of concern about what's going on in the battlefields in Afghanistan and Pakistan. And also, quite frankly, the NSA situation has damaged the credibility there of, the government says they won't, but can you believe them?
Let's talk a little bit about the potential economic impact here, because there are some who say this could be a boon for the region. And the city of Syracuse sort of is, it seems, stuck between a rock and a hard place in that regard.
The city of Syracuse, on the request of the drone protesters, is looking at a resolution that would ban drones from Syracuse airspace. At the same time, the city has been approached by a coalition of businesses that want to set up in this area a tech incubator, if you will, to do more research on uses of unmanned craft. So, economic impact possibly. Concerns about surveillance on the other hand.
And we'd love to hear what you think about this. We've posted the story on our Facebook page. Leave us your thoughts. Are you in support or opposition of it? Laura, thank you so much. As always, thank you for participating in the Talk Tonight. Remember, you're always invited to join in our conversation. You can leave your comments again on our Facebook page or our website tonight.